There's this app called Clubhouse. I ain't want to get on it, honestly. I'm gonna be straight true with y'all. Man, I'm a businessman, and I see all these rappers. I used to look at it when I was doing YouTube, and I'm gonna just keep it frank with everything. And I always wonder, I'm like, yo, why are they giving out mad free content? I'm a content creator, also a businessman. So like me, I really don't like giving. Like, if you think I'm just on, that's one of the reasons why I used to send them little two bums. What's their names? Riri and the other nigga. Yeah, you know him. Yeah. Um, I used to send them because like I remember them like chalking up. They're like, yeah, this nigga's just drunk on Twitch. Now I do drink on Twitch, but I guarantee I get paid more than y'all from Twitch. It's a fact. I'm a businessman. Me and Twitch, we have a good situation, and all the platforms which I express my views or I broadcast my opinions. Um, I always look what's happening behind it. I'm gonna be very honest and very upfront. I believe that black creators make shit hot, and then we get mad later that the people who's really behind the shit, who own it, who ain't black, sell it for billions. So this Clubhouse app, and I'm pretty sure if you haven't heard of it, you're about to hear of it now or whatever. Yo, this shit's gonna gets sold for like $2 or $3 billion to either Facebook, who buys everything, or maybe even the Twitter, who, to keep it real, is looking at it as slightly a competitor. So it's gonna get sold for billions. My thing is that why would I? It's an invite only app now. I didn't want to get on it at first because I'm like, Academics doesn't own any part of it. Academics is not a fucking idiot to go and give y'all free content, which, by the way, I felt like I was, because the moment it wasn't really supposed to go down like that, but it went down, and it's a moment for Clubhouse. I don't get paid for that shit. You get me? I would have much rather that happen on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere else. But that particular app, apparently it's a networking hub for a lot of industry people. A lot of people send me invites. Nadeska sent me an invite. By the way, I do not want nobody blaming Nadeska. Nadeska been apologizing to me for the last like 4 days. She was like, "I'm sorry. I didn't want to. I didn't expect it was gonna be like that." But she invited me to come on an app, and I was like, it's my sister. Let me just hop on. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I really got on the app to be a fly on the wall to hear other people's conversation. Also, here's the thing too, and as we continue on, I'm not gonna say like, yo, everybody's hating on Act or jealous of Act, but yo, here's the thing. Yo, all of them industry people, I don't know. I do not know. I've never talked to them a day in my life. So what happens is I've somehow became who I became without ever interacting with any of these motherfuckers. Like, I don't even need to call names, but most of these people you see, they're like, yo, I'm the super top A&R of this, that, and the third. I don't know them. They've never seen me. I never talked to them. I didn't even see a need to even talk to them. Anyway, I pop on the app. I pop in a small room. There's 15 people in there. 15. I'm in the room, but I guess if I was trying to be low, it's a bad idea to have your name be Academics. But I'm still thinking, I thought this is where all the industry people are who are super important. These people. I'm not gonna be like a topic or focus on an app where it has all these rappers. There's tons of rappers on there. There's tons of industry bigwigs, the top, super top NRs. Academics is just some bum ass nigga who just made it offline. I thought that's what it is, because that's what they be telling me. Nobody respects you, Act. Nobody. So I'll hop in a room for 15 people. They were like, "Is that Act?" At first, I wasn't talking. I was texting the desk. I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm actually on this shit." Nadeska joins the fucking room and basically confirms to them like, "Yeah, that's Act." It was like, "Yo, Act, you can talk. It's cool." Nigga, within 2 minutes of me like saying, "Oh, what's up to y'all, man?" Yeah, like, yo, whatever, blah, 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 blah. They didn't tell me this Act. By the way, I always told y'all that Clubhouse is old nigga Discord, but it's essentially all the Twitter niggas who got tired of, they catching arthritis in the fingers. They ran over to Clubhouse so they could talk. Really, I'm serious. So I'm like, so they tell me, yo, Act, yeah, niggas don't like you on here. I'm like, why niggas concerned about Act? If this is what, and we're gonna get into some of the hypocrisies. I be hearing, yo, Act, you don't matter. Then in the same sense, yo, the person we hate the most is Act. Wait, which which is it? Okay, cool. So anyway, I'm in this little small room. Very cool people, by the way. They were like, yo, Act, yo, you gotta have a welcome party. That's what people do when they get on the app. They make another room, and it's a welcome Academics to Clubhouse thing, and a couple hundred people join. and I didn't even know some of these people were on Clubhouse, but Mace joins. And by the way, salute to Mace. Mace asked some very, I think he was trying to get some insight on me and my platform. And again, I don't think me and him have met officially, but you could tell he was asking questions because he was curious, but it was just out of curiosity, but he clearly has followed my platform, right? And all of a sudden it turns to, I guess, I don't know if Clubhouse is about I thought it wasn't about trolling, but I don't think this is trolling anyway. Some people started asking about the come up, this and third. So I'm over here. It feels like I'm giving a TED talk. Yo, I started back in like 2011. I started covering hip hop. I was doing like reviews 2012, 2013. I did the Warren Chirac, this and third. And of course, I felt like it was a moment for people. Some people were like, yo, we want to talk about like certain stuff. Anyway, it gets to a point where like there's about like 1,000 people in this room now. So from 15, they created a new room, 1,000 people get in here. 21 Savage is in there. And he's like, let's make another room, because people are getting like all type of wild type of like, just jumping on stage. This is the type of thing where like you need a permission to speak. We go to another room. We eventually tapped out at about, I think like 6,000 or 7,000 people in the room. This is a closed app. It's a closed app. I'll say this. They hit me up like later to say, yo, congratulations. Kevin Hart was on this motherfucker a couple weeks ago. All these other people which are way bigger stars than you could ever think about being, they came on this app and they didn't pull these type of numbers. And I'm like, I didn't really come here for that. I really came here to be a fly on the wall for one room. And it just kind of snowballed. Everyone's like, yo, Ack, we're bringing you into this room. And then 21 Savage was like, yo, I'm bringing you into this room. And then after that, rappers start hopping out the woodworks. I look up, I see DJ Mustard on stage, PNB Rock on stage. I see Meek Mill on stage. Well, he's not a rapper. He's more like a janitor. Guap Dad 4000 on stage. Like, I'm seeing I'm like, where? Yo, the pandemic, I think, by the way, the pandemic is helping an app like Clubhouse. I don't ever think you could ever organize this many rappers for even a concert. Like, just think about it. But anyway, they're all on it. And it was a point that they were sticking on in terms of, they were saying, hey, listen, yo, Ack, and by the way, I understand when the Chicago people say to me, but I understand that people who weren't from Chicago, who don't like me, they were just saying anything else. Like, when a nigga don't like you and they'll agree with any bad thing said about you or anything that whatever, just be like, oh yeah, that's why I don't like him. But really, you just don't like that person, right? So there's a couple Chicago dudes and they were talking about the Warren Chirac and granted, they should. That's about their city, and we had a conversation about it. I felt it was going in circles a long time because they were like, yo, do you feel any accountability with, the channel, the Warren Chirac, and people that died? There was flat out, I'm going to get to it. Tory Lanez came in the chat and flat out said, I don't even know if I could play the audio. Somebody hit me and said, I hope you weren't recording that, which I'm like, why y'all be thinking I'm recording everything? What's wrong with y'all? They were like, yo, it's illegal to not illegal, but like it's against terms of service to record it. So I don't know. I didn't record it, but it's clearly on YouTube all over the place. I don't know if I could play it. But anyway, Tory comes in. You know the first thing Tory says? Yo, I was bewildered, bro. I was bewildered. Tory Lanez says out his mouth with a straight face and all these dudes is real niggas supposedly in that room. All these niggas is like street niggas, real niggas. Yo, we've been rapping about real shit since real shit got invented. Tory says, Akademiks, you know how many niggas your platform has killed? Straight. That first, I'm like, what? Not a motherfucker bats an eye. Nobody says, yo, Tory, what are you talking about? Matter of fact, Tory, why are you talking? Nobody says that. I'm like, okay. But also, I'm going to be honest with you. Because some of y'all might be like, yo, Ack, I was even talking to people yesterday. They say, Ack, bro, like, where, like, you're loved and tolerated. Like, your audience loves you. Like, why would you even put yourself in that position? And I'm like, truth be told, like, honestly, people be having a fucked up idea of me. And I'm like, yo, at times, I do try to put myself, like, in the lines then to show people that despite everything, I'm going to stand to my word. I'm going to also, despite who's in the room, I'm going to stand on my principles and morals. We're gonna get to that. And also, like, maybe if someone has a open mind, they could be like, maybe he's not as bad as we think he is. Now, that's the only reason I go in. Some people have an open mind and some people have a closed mind. That's where Meek Mill comes in. Meek Mill, there's nothing that Meek Mill would accept except a suicide on the app. Seriously. So we'll talk about that in a little while, but